It's a wonderful day in West Virginia. Welcome to the Daily 304 Innovators and Entrepreneurs feature. Here at the Daily 304, we are committed to sharing the wealth, beauty, opportunity, and innovation that's here in wonderful, almost heaven, yes, West Virginia. Today we are joined by Holly Fussell with Waterstone Outdoors in Fayetteville, almost heaven, West Virginia. The store was founded by Kenny Parker, climbing legend, and now Holly and her husband have purchased the brand and are leading the outdoor economy here in the Mountain State. And their story is so interesting. Holly Fussell, thank you so much for joining us on the Daily 304.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure to be here.
Holly, you've relocated your family to almost heaven. You've purchased a business and you're remodeling and changing and growing that business in Fayetteville. Can you tell us a little bit about why you came to West Virginia and the growth you're experiencing here?
Sure. So we came to West Virginia for the climbing, and we stayed essentially for the community. We had always seen West Virginia as our retreat, our respite from my husband's very crazy military deployment cycles for the first chapter of our marriage. And then when we transitioned out of the military and lived in DC, West Virginia was our break from the busy, hectic city lifestyle. We had really never dreamed of making it our permanent home until the events of 2020 allowed, as we all know, for different opportunities, remote work, and it allowed us to re-envision how we could live our life and how we could raise our family.
Tell me a little bit about what's the driving force behind your decision to take this very entrepreneurial effort.
Sure. I would say the driving force is positive, sustainable growth. I wake up every day wanting West Virginians, both residents and visitors alike, to be proud of Waterstone, to be proud of this town and feel like we are a credit to the community. That's why we're making building improvements. That's why we're growing our offerings. We're installing a beer garden and coffee shop in the back. That's why we're building and growing our team, is because we want to be a place that not only makes West Virginians proud, but provides more opportunities as we grow the business.
Holly, could you talk a little bit about how the state and the community has supported you? What services or resources were available to help you with this endeavor?
Sure. We felt very well supported in this endeavor. We were able to acquire funding for business acquisition and working capital from 3 entities: the West Virginia EDA, New River Gorge Regional Development Authority, as well as the Mid-Ohio Valley Regional Council. So all of those made this entrepreneurship endeavor possible.
Wonderful. Now, climbing nationally, it was attractive to you all to come here. Can you talk a little bit just about the importance of the New River Gorge and the climbing community? This is looked at a place that's very, very good to go, very, very important to the climbing community across the country?
Absolutely. It's the best sport climbing on the East Coast. And when we say sport climbing, that means we have a lot of routes that are easily accessible in certain ways because they have bolts on them. And so with the right amount of training and guiding and coaching, people can access those routes. They're not easy though. And that is what draws people here, is the challenge, the intensity. And I think that maps really well against the intensity of the mountaineer spirit here. So it draws people from far away to experience that and the intensity of the sport. But we are proud to have these amazing cliffs on these 3 river gorges: the New River Gorge, the Meadow River Gorge, and then the Gauley River, which is the Summersville Lake region.
Wonderful. Now you and Chris have kind of gone all in. You've dove into the community. What kind of support are you getting, and what do you see happening in the future? I heard you mention the beer garden, and obviously going to be a destination, not only a shop that I can get my climbing gear or my camping gear that's like behind you. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So we want to be your first stop on any New River Gorge adventure, and we want to be that place where you wrap up and reflect on your day. And we have such a unique physical location in downtown Fayetteville. We have an outdoor area, and we want to build on that foundation that what has Waterstone always been, and it's been a hub of the community. It's been a place for people to get inspiration, quality gear, great advice, and a sense of connection. We have a great amount of support from the local climbing community, outdoor community. We've had a long-standing relationship with the New River Alliance of Climbers, building this space is offering another forum and venue for groups like that to gather.
What a great vision you just outlined. Can you tell me, Holly, what do you love most about living, working, and playing here with your family?
Well, in a nutshell, it's the community. It's also the sense of access. It's access to really an abundance here. West Virginia has an abundance of amazing things. As we know, beautiful outdoor resources, quality people, and we've seen it in the way we've gotten to live out a small town life with our children, being able to have multiple eyes on our kids, carpools and support. We found that in a very real way. I'm sure you heard about the fire in the New River Gorge last fall.
Mm-hmm.
And it threatened our house very close. And
wow.
We, in that moment, saw what it means to live in a place where people truly care about you and are not offering empty promises, but they're showing up with their leaf blowers, with their hoses, whatever it takes, no matter what time of night it is. And those sorts of experiences are ones you don't want anyone to live through, but coming through them and knowing people are on your team is so rewarding, and it makes it feel like this place is truly home.
I have been speaking with you and Chris for the past 3 years, and that's the best conversation that I've had with you, knowing that when you come here, those mountains and those hills kind of hug you and take care of you. And it's great to hear how that helps our community support one another, especially as you're doing this very entrepreneurial thing, taking a risk, changing the way you do everything. I also know you're so busy, which is a great thing. And, we're delighted that you could be here today. Holly, with that, we have a feature here called Innovation Corner, where we ask our guests to share with the viewers and listeners who are entrepreneurs a piece of advice that keeps you going. What you see what you do when you get up every morning and how you approach your day. What's the driver that keeps you going that you could share with others that they may help them in what they're trying to accomplish in their life?
I think it has to do with how you view progress. Some change in vision you have can seem very large, and it's wonderful to have those, but rooting it down into every day, the little steps, showing up and doing what you can in that given day to move forward. And sometimes it's big leaps, but most of the time it's tiny steps. It's just like running a marathon or climbing a route. You've got to put the pieces together. You've got to have the preparation, but you've got to do the work. And that's the advice.
Outstanding. Sounds like you've landed in a great community that is embracing you, your vision, the company, and the future of West Virginia. We're so happy that you're here, and so glad that you became a West Virginian. Would you please share with folks, our viewers and listeners, the easiest way to connect with your store and you so that they can help make sure they start and end their day at Waterstone?
Sure. You can find us on the web at WaterstoneOutdoors.com. You can call us 304-574-2425. And you can come in person 362 days a year. We are open at 101 East Wiseman Avenue, right downtown Fayetteville, across from the courthouse. It is hard to miss us.
See it every time I drive through. Holly, I can't wait to visit this spring, and just thanks so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
Take care.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. Be sure to follow us on all our social media channels at The Daily 304. You can also stay up to date with all the great things happening in beautiful Almost Heaven, West Virginia by heading to wv.gov/daily304. And don't forget, you can get free resources for your business with many of our government services like the WVSBDC, West Virginia Business Link, and the West Virginia Department of Economic Development. You can find all of these resources at wv.gov. We'll see you again next time. Let's get outside, West Virginia.